You're not alone thinking that way. A lot of people think, oh, why did I do this? Especially new parents are always thinking, why did I do this? Why am I, always doing things wrong? Or why am I feeling so overwhelmed? Hi, Sherry. A million people do this baby thing every day, and I just feel like garbage. And and with older kids, a lot of times, thank you for the appreciated word. Love you. A lot of times people will be parenting and they're thinking, how can I be so wrong? Here's a situation. I don't have a clue on what to do. So that's what we're talking about today. Are you really a bad parent? Let's talk about it. But first, let me tell you who I am. I am Celia Kibler. I'm a family empowerment coach and the author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. And I'm on a personal mission to stop a million parents from yelling at their kids and start creating childhoods that everyone in your family can blossom from. Let's overcome the generational cycles of dysfunction and abuse. And let's just say this stops with me. Because if it doesn't stop with you, what's going to happen? Your children will be yelling at their kids. Your grandchildren will be yelling at their kids. Your great grandchild. It will never end. Someone's got to end it. And why not you? So here's the first step. The first step is admitting things to yourself and learning how to do things better. I'm a mommy of 5 kids, just in case you didn't know. 2 I gave birth to, 3 I gained through marriage. I've been successfully parenting a blended family for over 25 years, and I have 9 grandchildren. Love it. And I've been teaching and coaching parenting kids for over 40 years. So let's start with a few questions. So I hope if you're listening, you have a pencil and a paper nearby. And if not, I would love you to put these answers in the comments, because these are things you really need to answer to get to the bottom of whether you're a bad parent or not. And I'm guessing if you're watching this broadcast, that you are not a bad parent because you're trying to find out, how to be better. The simple act of wanting to be better and choosing to be better and really following that intention is a sign of a good parent. So, okay, let's get started. Number 1, what are you telling yourself? Now, this is kind of a hard question to answer all the time because no one speaks louder to ourselves than we do. What we say to ourselves, chances are you would never say to another human being. We just don't talk nice to ourselves. We're saying things, we're accusing ourselves of being stupid and oh, how can you be such an idiot? How could you have done this? Why am I so stupid? When in fact, none of that is true. And when you constantly speak things that are not true, your brain goes towards that. So you need to start speaking the positive. What is truth? Find the truth. So number 1, yes, and you're teaching them how to react. Absolutely. So what are you telling yourself over and over again? That's simply not true. Number 2, is someone else in your world criticizing and judging you? And sometimes that's an imagined judgment that we put on ourselves. We think, oh, my mom must think I'm the worst parent, or my best friend, look at her kids. How come her kids are so amazing and my kids are behave like crap? Is someone really judging you verbally, or are you imagining people are judging you? Number 3, and I want you to really answer this truthfully. Is it true? Is what you're telling yourself true? If you're saying I'm a bad parent, I want you to make a list of all the things that that you think you do badly. Right. It's not true, Sherry. I agree. And put down all the things that you do great. because there's a lot that you do great. Just like your kids. Like I tell you, look for the positive that your children do, because your children do a lot of great stuff. More great stuff than not so great stuff. You too. Write down all the great stuff they do. I've had parents tell me, "Oh, I'm a really bad parent." But, and I'll say, "Well, what do you do that's good?" "Well, I'm a good cook. I love doing crafts with my kids. I like to play outside with them. Sometimes I read with them." And they'll go on this list of all these wonderful things that they do great with their kids, far outweighing what they do that's not so great. So I want you to make that list. If you think you're such a bad, terrible parent, make a list of all the things you do great, and then make a list of all the things you do not so great. I don't like to use the word bad, even though I used it in the title, but I use that because people think that. I don't even like to use it for children, because children aren't bad. They just make poor choices in some things, or they're learning. There's a lot of learning curve for kids. There's a lot of stuff they don't know, and they behave a certain way because they're actually learning how to respond to emotion or how to do something better. They're trying to gain more skills. So I'd rather say good and not so good. So you make your list of good and not so good. Now that you've made your list, what exactly do you think you really don't do well? Hi, Czar. I think that's you, Czar. I forgot to open up Facebook to see Pumped Up Parenting so I could see comments. But anyway, I think that's you, Czar, because you always put hearts like that after your name when you say hi. I don't know. I don't know if this is you or not, or you could be anywhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. I I digress. All right. So in the list of the stuff that you don't do so great, that you haven't really gotten good at, and that you would like to get better at, I want you. Hi, Charlotte. That's not Charlotte. It's Shirley. Hi from Charlotte. Thank you for coming in, Shirley. Okay. So, what do you do that is not so good on the not so good list? What is it you really want to work on? Maybe, I'm trying to stop a million parents from yelling at their kids. Maybe it's yelling. Maybe you feel you yelled too much at them and you would like to learn a new, thank you for the high award. And you would, all right, bye, Sherry. See you later. Thank you for joining. Love you. And you would like to learn how not to yell at your kids so much. Maybe you don't think you're a good cook. And so you feel like you're kind of failing your kids in that department because you're not making these wonderful meals, and you'd like to learn to cook better or organize better or spend more time with your kids, more valuable time. Maybe you feel like you're too busy and you don't even know how to fit in 10 minutes of one-on-one time with your kids. Then I want you to think, how can you change that thing? How can you learn to do whatever it is that you feel like you're not so good at? How can you learn to do it better? Thank you for subscribing. How can you learn to do it better? Because that's the sign of not just a good parent, a good human. Humans always should be learning more every day, growing more, getting better at certain skills. I like families to make a tradition of everybody talking about the one thing they learned on that day, so that they never reach a point of being like, well, I know everything. I know it all. You know who knows it all? God. God knows it all. You're not God. So make it a point in your family to help your kids know that when they learn something new every day, they are growing and getting better and better and better and smarter. We want to know stuff. Knowledge is power, as they say. But it's the power to drive your life forward. I don't mean power like, oh, let's take over the world. I mean power like empower yourself. And when you are educated, when you know more, when you decide, I want to learn this skill, let me make a plan to do it. When your kids say, I want to grow up to be a policeman, and you and your child sit down and they map out how they can grow up to be a policeman, they go talk to a policeman and say, hey, why did you decide to do this and how did you do it? That's empowering yourself and it's empowering your children. So spend every day finding out something more. Hi, Takara. Thanks for coming in from Columbus. How's Ohio? And I'm assuming it's Columbus, Ohio, because I am sure there are other Columbuses out there. So really make it a tradition in your family to discuss something new everyone learned each day. Maybe it's over dinner. Maybe it's before bedtime. Maybe it's your bedtime, and part of your bedtime routine is that we discuss what we learned today. Oh, good, Takara. It's really beautiful here too in Maryland. It's gorgeous. We're not so far. We're not so far from each other. We're basically neighbors. So now that you've answered these questions, and I'm going to redo them for people that came in late. Number one, what are you telling yourself? Number two, is someone else judging you? They're really judging you and criticizing you, or are you imagining that someone else is judging or criticizing you? Number three, I want you to ask yourself, is it really true? Is what you believe that you're a bad parent, is that really true? Because I bet it's not. And I know if you're on here with me, it's definitely not. That makes you a great parent because you're willing to grow and learn more. Number four, thank you, Takara. Is there something you don't like about what you parent, about the way you parent? Hi, Bella. How are you? So I said, create a list. What I do good, what I do not so good. Because we're not good at everything. Honestly, I'm not so good at cooking. I could be better. I'm not so good at organizing. I could be a lot better. I always joke because I tell people, like, see what's behind me is so clean and neat. But if I turn my camera around, not so clean and neat, but I'm working on it. So, what's the not so good that you do? And what on that list of the not so good would you like to change and learn to do better? That's the bottom line. So the bottom line is to figure out what you want to get better at and then get better. Thanks, Takara. It's true. Look, even my piles, they're infiltrating. Look, they're infiltrating my camera. I need to push it out. So anyway, you need to figure out what you want to get better at because we all feel bad. There are things, even I, as a parenting coach, raising 5 children into all their 30s, have failed at. A little honesty here. When my oldest stepson, who lived with us from 8th grade till he was 21, when he tried to commit suicide, if you don't think like you failed as a parent at that moment when I saw him, oh, I felt like I failed as a parent. I felt like, what could I have done different that my child wanted to end his life? Gratefully, he did not. And now he's doing great. But there are moments in our life when we all feel like, yes, oh my gosh, so grateful. There are moments in everyone's life as a parent that you feel like, wow, did I screw up? What did I do? Hi from Lynchburg, Virginia. You're not so far either. How did I mess up like this? You know, we all have it. We all have it. Thank you for joining Knowledge. We all have those moments. The important thing is the dividing line is, are you going to do something about it to learn better techniques, or are you going to stay right where you are and just keep going, oh, you know what? Like, I wish I was better at this. You could spend your whole life wishing you were better at something. Let's face it, guys. Things will not always go your way in life. And if you don't make them go your way, if you don't make that disappointment work into success, or mistakes work into success, or challenges work into success, your life will be done before you get it done. Let's face it, none of us are getting out of here alive. You know, we're only on this planet for a short time. So be intentional. And guys, I want to let you know, who said, I don't know who said hello. Who said hello on Facebook? Hi, love you always. I want to let you know, if you're ready to make some changes, if you're ready to stop feeling like a bad parent, if you're ready to stop those crazy voices that were planted in our head, I got some exciting things coming up. Number one, as you guys know, I'm on a mission to stop 1 million parents from yelling at their kids, which is a lot from our frustration and our irritability and their frustration. The Peaceful Parenting Challenge is coming up. It's free. It's 5 days. It starts on Friday. If you want in, send me a message or put a hashtag me in the comments, and I'll send you information to join the challenge. 5 days on Facebook, completely free. You will stop yelling just like the other parents. Most parents, believe it or not, have a day of yelling, of yell-free. Let me reword that. Have a yell-free day after the first day. Okay. Number two, on Thursday, I'm doing a masterclass of how to end your negative self-talk. How to end your negative self-talk is a masterclass on Thursday. And again, send me hashtag masterclass. I'll get you information, because you don't listen to anyone as much as you listen to yourself. And if you're telling yourself all kinds of negative stuff, you grow believing all kinds of negative stuff. You need to turn that around. Oh, there you go. Or sign up for the Yelling Challenge at stopyelling.com. No, wrong. Stopyellingchallenge.com. That's how you sign up for the challenge. Stopyellingchallenge.com. Thank you, Czar, for putting that in there. Okay. Lastly, guys, if you just don't know where to turn, you just don't know who to talk to, that's what I'm here for, to help you, to get better at those things that you think you're not so great at. We can all get better. We can all get better and have skills for whatever it is we're looking to have skills for. So can your children. So reach out. Reach out. That's what I'm here for. But I would love to have you in our challenge if you're ready to stop yelling at your kids. And honestly, I've had people say this challenge has helped me with my coworkers, my friends, my family. It's about being intentional. So start being intentional with your parenting, start being intentional with your life, and start being intentional with what you are telling yourself. Because I guarantee you, it isn't true. What you're telling yourself is not the truth. So stop it. Stop it. Tell yourself the truth. You know what? I'm doing my best. I'm really great at this. I'm great at cooking. I'm not so great at this, but I'm great at cooking. Start telling the truth. And what you want to get better at it. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful that you spent 20 minutes of your busy day hanging out with me. I'm here Tuesday and Thursdays at 10 a.m. for more parenting talks. You are so welcome, Takara. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you, Knowledge, for being here. I appreciate everyone else. Zard, thanks for all the little commentary. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. I do story time Monday at 7. In the meantime, guys, I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter, because you know what? It really is the best medicine. Laugh more, have fun, enjoy, and I'll see you here Thursday at 10. Is it Thursday? No. Thursday. I forgot what day it was. Thursday at 10 a.m. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll see you here next time. Bye, everyone.